You want Michael? All right. Well, we're going to start off with a... Me, I'm not much of a multitasker, so... Johnny, can you turn that?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not taking my eyes off the audience. I can wake everybody up as they go to sleep here. That tells them I want to get one of those little Nerf shooters, you know, the little Nerf balls in them. Somebody going to sleep, get one. You know, talk about Jesus. He's a big deal, isn't he?
Yes.
And our scripture going to be out of Philippians chapter 1, verses 26, 19 through 26, yeah. When we start at verse 19, we're going to see how Paul's changed to advance the gospel, really. Him being in prison really advanced the gospel. Starting at verse 19 says, "For I know that through your prayers and the help given by the Spirit of Jesus Christ, what has happened to me will turn out for my deliverance. I eagerly expect and hope that I will in no way be ashamed, but I will have sufficient courage so that now, as always, Christ will be exalted in my body, whether by life or by death. For to me, to live is Christ, and to die is gain. If I am to go on living in the body, this will mean fruitful labor for me. Yet what shall I choose? I do not know. I'm torn between the two. I desire to depart and be with Christ, which is better by far. But it's more necessary for you that I remain in the body. Convinced of this, I know that I will remain and I will continue with all of your progress and joy in the faith. So through my being with you again, with you, your joy in Christ will overflow on account of me. Now, let's talk about this thing. Here we go. Still trying to work the kinks out of this. Going high tech in my sermons here, so it's kind of give me a little bit of have a little fun with it. But this section expresses confidence in God's providing. We're reminded of two crucial resources of Christian life: prayers and the help or the supply of the Spirit. This help of the Spirit may mean either the Spirit who is the resource or the resources that the Spirit supplies. No matter, for He is both giver and a gift, really, isn't He? The Spirit's actually, He's both a giver and He's also a gift to us. Because these resources, Paul is confident of his deliverance. Whether it means release from prison or final salvation or the final salvation, to death. In light of chapter 1, verses 24 and 26, he hopes for the former, really. He hopes to be keeping working for Christ, like we all should, really. To die is to be with him. Either way, they say it's a win-win situation. Either sinner life or Paul with Christ, whether Paul released or executed, Christ is going to be exalted either way in Paul's body. Paul had a lot of faith, didn't he? He's talking about lots of faith. To go through all what he'd been through. There's 3 words that just describe what God deposited into Paul. I guess I'm still learning how to multitask here, so bear with me on this. Paul's faith, Paul's faith kept his deliverance in full view. That's part of the thing he delivered, was the deliverance of it. He was going to be freed one way or another. Whether by death or being released to continue his work. Too often we get discouraged when we got put in prison for it. That's one of the keys of the devil. He's going to try to do whatever he can to stop us. I ain't going to let him stop me. He ain't stopping this dude. Listen, the best way to describe it, he's good. We need to actually get out and start living. We got to go out and do what God set us out to do. We got a big mission field out here in Grandview, Barstow, Guillermo, Hodge, all kinds of areas. We're going to go to another one, prayers. The success of Grandview doesn't depend on the power of a preacher, because I'll admit I'm not that powerful of a preacher. It depends on the power of everyone in here. People are praying people. Everyone praying for it. There's no greater resource available to any Christian than the power of prayer.
Amen.
That can be the most powerful tool we can ever have. We pray for people, families, any particular situation. We have done the greatest thing we could possibly do if we ever did that, pray for somebody. The prayers got to be earnest. They got to be honest prayers. Unlike Jimmy and his little brother Timmy is staying at their grandparents' house on Christmas time. Grandma tells them, "Okay, guys, go to bed and say your prayers." And Timmy's just at the top of his lungs. "Hey, God, I want to pray for a new bicycle and a brand new Xbox." His brother Jimmy's going, "Hey, God's not deaf." He goes, "I know, but Grandma is." Timmy's prayers weren't quite honest, were they? There was kind of an ulterior motive to them. But yeah, we need to really start being more honest with our prayer lives. We got to really start getting into the prayers. Pray for this whole community. If every one of us in here prayed to reach out to this community, there's no reason we shouldn't have this place filled up, should we? This place should be filled up. Everybody start to come to Christ. Of course, the devil knows how to really put a damper on things, doesn't he? We can pray, we us have got to get out. get around, get with the people. And this kind of goes along here with this, with the supply. Every answered prayer out here is actually God's supply from heaven. You ever think about that? The word supply means, of course, support. It's I guess a Greek word, part comes from the Greek word. I'm not going to try to pronounce it because I'm going to get this all messed up. Parkletos, I believe is what it is. Parkletos? Paracletos, okay. Like I said, I was going to butcher that one all up. I'm good at doing that. I can get all kinds of names messed up real bad. It means comforter. Not the one on your bed. Or the one who comes along. It's not the one that comes alongside this the system. This comforter is the one who comes alongside us, the Spirit, Jesus, to assist us in difficult situations. And has anybody here never been in a difficult situation? We've all been in them. I've been through drug problems, alcohol problems, a good time in jail. Yeah. It's God being alongside us. I accepted Christ when I was 16. Of course, I think I had more holes in the seat of my pants from all the backsliding I did. You can tell a real good Christian will have a lot of holes underneath their pants to be more out on their knees and be on the knees in prayer. The ones that are backsliding Christians will be in the holes in the seat of their pants. It's the word supply also comes from the English word chorus, which whenever a Greek city held a festival, someone had to pay for all the singers and the dancers at the festival. All the donations, of course, had to be generous in order to take care of the needs. Just like with our offerings, God's really supplied with us. Paul displayed great determination. He was determined to carry out what God had set him out to do. What happens to a lot of us? A lot of us sometimes lose our determination after a while, don't we? Honestly. We get more frustrated rather than we get determined. I like it how God throws us a bone that we've been taught getting back to this. A lot of this all ties in. There's times I almost felt like just hanging up the preaching this, getting frustrated, giving up. God will throw us a bone with somebody coming forward. Maybe a new program. Some other things coming up. But God gave Paul that, an uncommon determination. It was determination like nobody else ever had. I'd probably been wanting to throw in the towel after having a boat I'm in explode and I'm riding around on the waves out in the middle of the ocean and that. Thrown in prison and all kinds of stuff. This guy, kind of reminded me of that song on that show, Yeehaw, gloom, despair, and agony on me. This is the part of it is if it weren't bad luck, I'd have any luck at all. That's about trying to describe what Paul goes through, right? True. I don't think I'm wrong there, am I? Another thing Paul displayed was great concentration. He was concentrated on what he was called to do. You know what? He did it boldly. He did it boldly. We need to be bold. And I tell you what, I'd sure hate to be raising a child now this day and age. We need to really, whether it's with our children and grandchildren, we need to really watch who they hang with. Because, you know, you get somebody that thinks they're a good, solid Creole. I was brought up a Christian. Then I can bring these guys to Christ. You know, they can get a group of other people that are either druggies or into these other, all these other things that got going on nowadays. These kids are getting involved in. This, they can drag them down real quick, away from Christ instead of. Well, we need to reach out. That's why John and I have worked so hard trying to get these youth programs going. Because these kids are at an age that they can be drugged in the wrong direction, and I mean fast. That is the importance of our youth ministries. We try to get going. We try to reach out to youth, reach out to young families, all the young people in here. They are important for Grandview Baptist to succeed. If we want Grandview Baptist to continue, we need to reach out, drag these youth in here. We need to, they are the future of Grandview Baptist Church. Every one of them. Because basically, us old folks are going to kick the bucket someday. When that happens, what's going to happen to Grandview Baptist if we don't reach out to these young people? It isn't going to last. Yeah, look at the church that Joanna went to. I think they stopped doing all their youth activities and all that. Now it's a vacant lot. Her brother was talking about when he was preaching here one time. We about blew our camera up in this sermon. See, that guy couldn't preach that long as he was. I'm not going to go there. That's kind of, but he had a lot of ground to cover. But yeah, we need to do it boldly. I mean, we need to be bold about reaching out. Is anybody here ashamed of Christ? Well, don't be ashamed of him. A lot of people, I don't really want to talk about that. I don't want to think I'm some sort of Jesus freak. Hey, let them think I'm a Jesus freak. We've got to be bold about what we tell people. We've got to be bold about living for Christ. If we boldly reach out to these people, we're going to get people in here. We're going to turn lives around. That's what God sent us out to do. Make disciples. Disciples mean a follower of Christ. We've had a few couple come forward. Hey, man, I'm grateful for those two. I'm not out to be Billy Graham where I got 5,000 of them coming up at a time. At least I can get one-on-one with people. You know, God doesn't count the numbers of souls you save. He's not going to do that. As long as you're honestly reaching out, that's all he cares about. He wants you to just do his work. You're not going to get, I'm not as dynamic as some of these people you see like Greg Laurie or, Billy Graham. Tell you what, I got a little encouragement when I listened to, James Robinson. He said, a little church like this is a mega church in God's eyes, as long as you're reaching people for Christ. And last, not least, I'll display magnification. Okay, magnification. Let's go on with that one. What does a magnifying do? I wear bifocals. Bleh. bifocal. Bifocals. The part down here, of course, magnifies. Magnification is making something look bigger than it is. But you know, as a Christian doesn't need to really, we still need to magnify Christ to other people. Christ is already magnified to us. He's going to be as big as he's going to get. You know what? We still got to magnify him in a way. When we talk to people, we got to magnify Christ. Because they're not going to see it the way we're going to see it. Christ is, to them, is kind of a fine print, so to speak. As with us, he can be like this title portion right up here. He's bold. He's big to us. We need to make Christ big out there. To those people out here in Grandview. All those out in Barstow. All those, anybody that's looking at this on YouTube, no matter where they're at. And we've had our sermons go to other countries, which is kind of neat, I think. Because God said to go to all corners of the world. Well, He's given our son a good technical background. He's passing on he's teaching one of our members, Michael, to learn how to do this stuff. He's kind of giving us all this thing. And those guys back there can help reach the world far beyond Grandview. I think it's fantastic.
Amen.
There's all of us, we still got to reach out to our neighbors here, our next door neighbors, or the people we don't like. People go, why do I want to bring somebody I don't like in? Because they need Jesus. It's a light bulb moment. Like a bling, that light bulb going on above your head. Oh yeah. So it can actually turn out to be the best dream you ever have. As we go to our invitation day, if you haven't accepted Christ